So everybody's been parsing numbers. How many words were on security? How many words were on birther nonsense? Last night was a night for the ages when it comes to your money. The topic that ruled the debate by far inside that auditorium, on the internet, and the economy. It was the economy. It was one of the most tweeted topics on Twitter, shared on Facebook, and topic kicked off the 90-minute debate between our presidential nominees. Former Senator Byron Dorgan was one of the first senators to warn of the impending financial crisis that we saw in 2009, only he did it 10 years earlier and said, watch out, this could be a problem. And former Senator DAmato served as the chairman of the powerful Senate Banking Committee and oversaw a lot of tax cuts and tax hikes, certainly. Welcome to both of you. Donald Trump made a dire warning for our economy and the stock market last night. Listen to what he said.
We have the worst revival of an economy since the Great Depression. And believe me, we're in a bubble right now. And the only thing that looks good is the stock market. But if you raise interest rates even a little bit, that's going to come crashing down. We are in a big, fat, ugly bubble.
Senator Dorgan. 10 years before the financial crisis, you warned that the removal of Glass-Steagall, which of course was that firewall between consumer banks and investment banks, which was what Congress was trying to do back then, would eventually cause a terrible bubble and explode and cause real problems. You were right. Now he's talking about a different type of bubble. Do you see the bubble that he is looking at and anticipating?
I don't. I mean, I don't think there's parallel here. When Donald Trump talked about a bubble last night, I wasn't quite sure what he was describing, because our problem at this point is we have a recovery.
Low rates are pushing people into riskier assets.
Well, but our problem is that we have economic growth that is slower than we would like. Increasing rates is going to give us slower growth. So that doesn't make much sense at all. What we need to do is revive this economy, and we need higher rates of economic growth. You won't get that by what Donald Trump was proposing last night.
Senator DAmato, you saw rates go higher. I mean, remember Paul Volcker, the Treasury Secretary, who during stagflation in the Reagan era had to tighten rates. Everyone was worried about it. They said it would derail an already terrible economy, but it didn't.
Well, let me say this to you. We have a much different problem. The deficit is totally out of control, much worse than what we've ever seen. That's number one.
Neither candidate mentioned that.
Well, that's a fact. Number two, the tax structure on corporations is absolutely absurd. Why do you think corporations are moving their businesses overseas? Because they can pay 15% or 20%. So Donald Trump has it right when he says reduce that. If you reduce that to 15 or 20%, number one, you'll stop the exodus. Number two, you'll bring companies back here. And number three, you will bring over $2 trillion back to this country. Now, let me ask you.
Well, let me ask you, because
how many jobs will you create? You want to get the economy going? Create jobs. You will create jobs like crazy. Don't get into this business. Oh, you're reducing it for the wealthy. That's baloney.
Well, let's talk about
businesses.
Taxes. Let's talk about taxes, because both of you had experience voting on tax cuts and tax hikes. Here's what Hillary Clinton said about what she would do with her tax plan.
And the kind of plan that Donald has put forth would be trickle-down economics all over again. In fact, it would be the most extreme version, the biggest tax cuts for the top percents of the people in this country than we've ever had. I call it trumped-up trickle-down, because that's exactly what it would be. That is not how we grow the economy.
Okay, she wants to tax. Al, quickly on this, and then I'll get Byron Dorgan.
If you reduce corporate taxes and business taxes, you're doing that for working people. You're doing that for the economy. You're going to keep jobs here, and you're going to bring businesses back. And by the way, if you reduce the corporate tax rate to 15 or 20%, you could bring back $2 trillion. $2 trillion that would be invested here in the United States of America. It's not for the wealthy. You know what that is? That's pure political bunk that she's throwing out.
Senator Dorgan, he has also said he would implement tax cuts across the board. Hillary Clinton has said she would stabilize taxes for the middle class. She hasn't talked about a tax cut, but that she would hike it on the wealthiest of people. How would you see that type of tax move?
Well, it'd be great if everybody could talk about tax cuts for everybody all the time, but the fact is we do have a very significant federal budget deficit we have to deal with. But let me just provide some inconvenient facts about corporate taxes. We don't have the highest corporate tax in the world.
We have the highest.
Well, we have the highest rate. But the fact is, that's not what corporations pay. We're about right in the middle of effective taxes paid by corporations. So we ought to at least deal with the facts here. I like Al, and we probably would agree on some things in fiscal policy, but I just want to deal with the corporate tax rate by, they always say it's the highest in the world. That's just not the case. That is not what corporations in this country pay. It's about right in the middle.
We started with Senator Dorgan. We'll end quickly with you, Al.
Let me say this to you. If you want to get rid of loopholes, I'm for it. But drop that rate, bring back the money that's trapped abroad, and you can rebuild this economy.
Boy, I would love to see some real detailed plan on many forms, but the format of these debates was tough. I know you guys have all debated in your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good being with you, Brian.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Al.